The thing is you're never going to be a perfect bariatric patient because there's no such thing as a perfect bariatric patient. I know on social media, sometimes it can look like they're perfect bariatric patients.
Right.
But everybody has their struggles.
Yes.
We all have this surgery for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're not perfect because if we were absolutely perfect, let's face it, we wouldn't need the surgery.
Right. We wouldn't have needed it.
And so everybody has their hiccups. We just got our blood work done.
Yeah, we did.
And our doctors asked us, what are we doing to have such great blood work?
Yeah. And you know what we told them?
ProCare!
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we told them, like, yeah, we take ProCare every day because they have a multivitamin that you can just take one a day.
Yes, exactly. They have a capsule and a chewable form. And not only do they have vitamins, but they also have calcium chews.
Oh my God, they're so good.
They're so delicious. It's like our own little sweet treat for the end of the night.
It really is because they have the dark chocolate and they have the cinnamon roll.
Yes, and I love the salted caramel and the dinner mint.
Alrighty, we'll go to procarenow.com
and use code OSLP at checkout to save some money. You guys ask us all the time, what is our favorite protein powder?
Yeah, literally, we see this question every day.
And the answer is always
Devotion! Yeah. Oh my goodness. I even use it this morning to make my own sweet treat for nighttime because it's just a brownie batter pudding. And you literally just use one scoop and then milk or water.
And then I use it every morning in my coffee. It's so delicious. Oh my God. I want one right now thinking of it.
Seriously, it's 20 grams of protein. So go get yours now at devotionnutrition.com.
And use code OSLP to save some money. Okay, trying to figure out portion sizes after weight loss surgery is fucking hard.
So hard. So freaking hard.
So we found this company and they take the guesswork out of it.
Yeah, my goodness, guys. Look, it's portion perfection. They have bowls and plates and they have all sorts of organizing things on their website. I can't wait to get more. But it literally tells you 1 cup, 1.5 cup, 1/4 of a cup. Like the guesswork is completely gone.
Yes. And the plate, even better. Protein, salad, veggies, whatever. And then this little section, carbs. So, because you can have carbs.
You can have carbs.
We are so excited and we cannot wait to see what you guys think of this. This is definitely OSLP approved.
100%. So the link is down below. So click that link, get your discount, and start getting your portions correctly now. Well, thanks to this lady over here, I know that hot tea is so much better after surgery. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it makes the liquids go down so much easier.
So much smoother.
And we are so excited that we found this badass woman-owned tea company.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So exciting. Their tagline is actually, we fucking love tea.
Yes.
And what better describes us?
Seriously, everything's organic. Like they're all loose leaf. And this one is called literally You're Fucking Awesome.
Yes.
And the back of it says fucking directions. So this is our kind of people. They talk like us, they act like us, and we fucking love tea.
Yes. And this one is rad as fuck. And it actually says, shine your light bright, Mel. They make sure that it is personalized to you when you order.
Yeah.
Be bold, be bright, be badass. You are so fucking rad. You light up this world.
How cool.
How could you not want to drink this tea?
Seriously.
It's so fun.
And they have a straw for your drink. Pretty wicked because it's loose leaf, but the straw does not make any of the leaves come up.
Exactly. And we have been nonstop drinking this tea since we got it.
Yes.
So we need you guys to go over and go to their website, modestmix.com.
That's right.
And order your tea. Don't forget to use our code OurSleevedLife20 to get a percentage off.
That's right. Go now.
Welcome back, OSLP family.
Yeah. Welcome.
I have to adjust my mic.
It wasn't
right. Yeah. You are listening to Our Sleeve Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And we just want to remind you that there is a very cool event coming up.
Yeah.
That we are hosting.
We, as in Kelly and I, Our Sleep Life podcast.
Yes.
We are hosting.
It is called the Just Be You Bariatric Award Show.
Yes.
Nominations at this point have ended.
Yeah.
We are calculating all of the people that you guys have nominated, and we are now going to go into voting.
Yeah. There's so many.
There's so many. There's 20 categories. Now, depending on what we feel like will fit in there and maybe less, it may be the same. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We are like literally the day that they end.
Yes.
So at midnight tonight, they end.
The
nominations end.
So nuts.
But we are so excited because we have some cool sponsors, like really cool sponsors.
Yeah, like our main sponsor is ProCare.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. ProCare is our main sponsor.
I love it.
They're absolutely outstanding company and they really care about our community. So it just makes sense that they would be our top sponsor.
Seriously, like same mission, same plan.
Yes.
I love it.
And speaking of the same mission and same plan, we also have The Sleeve Dietitian, which you guys all know we have recently partnered up with, and she has just been a godsend for us especially and the whole community.
Seriously.
So she's going to be another sponsor. And then we also have the OWN Bariatrics.
Yes.
We have Georgetown.
Yeah, which is Dr. Eric Smith.
Yes. He is a sponsor also. And then our last but not least is Berry Boss, Tabitha.
She's our favorite.
Yes.
One of our favorites.
She is an amazing therapist and she is so easy to talk to.
She really is. I wanted her to be my therapist through this whole process, but she can't because she's not licensed.
She's
in
not
Oregon.
licensed in here. So
I'm so comfortable with her.
Yes.
Damn it.
So we're so excited that they're going to be sponsoring this very first of its kind,
it's one of a kind
bariatric award show. And if you are listening and want to be a sponsor, throw us an email.
That's right. It's just oursleevelifepodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
Or it's Kellie and Mel at oursleevelifepodcast.com.
Yes. And we've had so many questions about this award show. And so we just quickly want to go through them really quick.
Yes.
Anybody and everybody is allowed to come.
Yes.
Anybody. If you're a support person, if you are just thinking about surgery, if you are pre-op, post-op, 5 million years down the road, whatever you are, spouses are allowed to come.
Yeah.
We just probably not kids because, we're kind of explicit. So, I would say no kids, but.
Well, I also think that the Aladdin Theater doesn't allow any children, any minors.
There you go.
That solves that.
That solves that problem real quick. So just be aware that anybody can come.
Yes, everybody can come. We want all the people to be with us because it's going to be a fun night.
Yes. And that answers the second question is it an in-person show?
It is.
And yes, it is. It is. So you get to come and you get to see all the presenters, which are going to be starting to be announced when you hear this.
Yeah.
So you will have already known a few of them that are going to be there and presenting. So excited. And then we are also going to be, so what do you get with your ticket?
Yes. What do you get with that?
You get to come and walk the pink carpet.
That's right. Get professional photos done.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Then you get to, we will have light snacks there, bariatric friendly, of course.
Yes.
And then we are going to have an after party where everybody gets to mingle and meet each other and take pictures and just be you for a night.
Have a great old time. And there's going to be awesome swag bags.
There's going to be awesome swag bags. So you get all of that for your ticket.
Yes. Also, I want to add is that you're going to have like live entertainment.
Yes.
The whole time you're with us. It's live entertainment. And those swag bags are going to be way different than your normal swag bag. This is a Mel and Kelly swag bag situation here.
We have some things up our sleeves.
Yeah.
But yes, so we would just want to make sure that you guys know what to expect.
Yes.
You think a punk rock show /prom /award show.
That's right.
And if you want to wear pants, wear pants. If you want to wear fishnets, wear fishnets.
That's right.
If you want to wear a bright purple dress with a big hat, we don't care. Just wear what you want to wear.
That's right.
Be you, because that's the name of the game. So just be you.
I know. I love it.
A lot of us have not dressed up like this since prom.
It's literally prom.
And how many of us didn't get to wear what we wanted to wear because we weren't comfortable in our own bodies?
Well, and just because of how big, like I know for me, like how big I was, I didn't have a lot of selection.
You did not.
There was no toward then.
There was not.
So like I had to just figure out what fit, and that's what I got.
Yes.
It was not the worst dress.
No, you looked very pretty in it.
But it was not the one that I would like to have worn.
So we are excited for this.
I'm so excited.
So keep an eye on that Instagram page and of course ours. If you want to go follow the Just Be You Bariatric Award Show, That's exactly what our handle is. So just put that just be you and it usually pops up. So.
Oh, absolutely. That way you'll get all the updates as it goes. I know there's new newsletters that are going out about what's going on as well.
So there's one that went out yesterday.
Yeah. See, so just go to our actual website. Again, just oursleeplifepodcast.com and you can sign up for the reminders. You can check our website, get merch.
Yes.
Like I'm wearing a merch shirt right now.
Yep.
I love it.
There's so many updates right now. It's hard to keep them all straight sometimes.
I know. There's so many things.
And don't forget to go over and check out our Patreon. It is patreon.com/OSLP. And that is where you get bonus content, exclusive content, all of the content.
Yeah, you get the once a month Patreon meeting that we just did with our benchies yesterday.
It was so much fun.
I needed that. That actually like uplifted my day. I was not having the greatest day. I know Kelly wasn't either. And then once we got on with them, I felt so much better for the rest of the night. So
exactly. Yes.
They are a great support group. You guys should go over there and sign up because like it's a whole different world when you have everybody on your side and everybody knows what you're going through because we've all been there.
Yes. And speaking of support groups, that's also what we have on there is our Benchy tier.
Yep.
It is $7 a month. And you get to go over to Facebook and be in a group of people that are all positive, supportive, and just there to support each other. It is none of that negativity that you see in normal Facebook groups.
Correct.
So we have so many people in there now and they are just, every single one of them are amazing.
They really are. They really, really are. They have so many like fun stories to tell and we get to learn about their actual lives, their kids, their families, and they share tips and tricks. Like it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful group.
Yeah.
I think that perfectly describes that. And don't forget, go to our YouTube.
Yeah, then you can see our faces right now.
Yes. And you get a new video every week. It is a week after everybody else in Patreon gets it. But you do get a new one every week and you can watch us and you can listen and you can do all of the things.
Yeah, it's every Tuesday, just like it's Tuesday's big drop day. So you get the new episodes and you get the episodes on YouTube and then our Patreon people will get there. That's what she said corner.
Yes.
And that's why it's important to be a patron because you get to see all the things that come out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's get into our actual topic for the day. I feel like we could talk about the award show and all the things that we do on a daily basis for an entire hour.
We probably could.
We want to go over what the things that bariatric surgery does not fix.
It doesn't fix everything, my friends.
No.
Fixes a lot of things.
It does fix a lot of things.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing I think, because we were actually talking about like, what should we talk about today? And then we were saying, okay, what does it not fix? And I named off a few things and Mel was like, oh yeah, all the things that I didn't do before. And I'm like, or the things that I'm doing right now that I'm trying to fix. So it's not just the surgery. It is a whole mindset.
It's a whole
of the surgery.
Yeah, I would say it's like 100% all of you.
Yes.
Because it's not just 1% of you. It's not just it's a tool, but you actually have to like use the tool and then work everything out. Because one of the things that was on the list of things it doesn't fix is consistency. Like literally that tool that they just did in your stomach is not going to fix whether you're consistent or not.
Yes.
Like at all. Like that's just you. Like you actually have to put in the work. You have to set your timers. You have to like follow your water and your protein. Like no one else can do that but you.
Exactly.
And so like that's why it's like it's not a fix. Like you have to put in those efforts because it is hard in the first few weeks to get first few months to get water and protein balanced. Like, you have to have almost 80 grams of protein. You have to have over 64 ounces of water, like whatever your surgeon says.
Yeah.
That's everybody is different because it's all weight based and what you need and nutrients, but still it's hard.
It is very hard.
It's hard. And it's like, how do you do that? Like without putting in some like behaviors for yourself and how would you know to do that prior, which is why you would need to go to your surgeon and your therapist and talk through those things.
Well, and I feel like you named a lot of things all in that sentence. So let's start with the first thing you said, which is consistency.
Yeah.
So the consistency, it's more than just being consistent with your actions. It's being consistent with yourself.
Yes.
Because I know that before I had surgery, I would be consistent for, let's say, the longest I think I went was like 6 months of being like eating right,
before surgery,
eating right, going to the gym, doing those things. And this is pre me getting having my autoimmune diseases.
Yeah.
I think 6 months was about the top of me being consistent.
That sounds about right for me too. Like where you can just be consistent for that long of a period and then just kind of fall off.
And then you fall off because you probably go on vacation or you have a really stressful day. And so you binge eat and then you kind of go into like the whole weekend of being a binge. And then Monday comes and you're like, I'm not quite ready to go back to it. And then weeks go by and you don't ever like you think, oh, I need to go back to the gym. I mean, how many times have you said that in your lifetime? I need to get back to the gym.
I was going to say what you just explained. I've done so many fucking times. I've been like, okay, I've been good for a few months. You know what? I had a bad day at work. I'm going to have my fries. And then it led into pizza. And then the whole weekend I fucked over. I was like, don't care. Going to have whatever I want. And then Monday rolls around. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. You know what? I'm just going to take the week off. And then all of a sudden that week became months and then years.
And then that term of I'll start on Monday or I need to get back to the gym. I need to start eating right. It's not, I think that term of like, I need to do da 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 is such an overused term. Because it's not, you can say it as many times as you want, but you need to show yourself action. And that's where consistency comes in. And consistency can be, you don't have to be consistent 100% of the time, all the time.
That's impossible.
It's impossible, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just thinking back to the last few months and like I went real hard with the gym. I was going 5 days a week at least, sometimes 6. And my eating wasn't quite where I want it to be. But I was like, I'm going to be consistent with the gym.
Right.
And so, but then we had a bunch of traveling. I had some flares. I had a sinus infection. I had, you name it, I had it happening. Right.
Yeah.
Like, and so I kept saying like, I just need to get back to the gym. And it's just about getting up and doing what you can for that day.
Yes.
To be as consistent as possible. So if you can say, you know what, my eating was not great today, but I went to the gym.
Right.
Or I didn't go to the gym, but I went on a walk.
Yeah,
you're being
like,
consistent.
Yeah, you just got to keep moving because that's kind of the deal is like, yeah, like right now I haven't gone to the gym in like 2 months.
Well, you have a very valid reason.
Yeah, like I'm going through some trauma, but at least like I'm like some days I'll get up and I'll do some stretching and I'll do some squats and I'll try to make sure like my water is doing really good that day. Like I'm just trying to hit certain things. Yeah. Because that's what consistency is. It's not like you hit all of them at once every day. Like that's
because it's impossible to do that.
It's so hard to do. And sometimes you can do it and you're great for a couple months. Like that's awesome. But at least on the days that you can't, you're doing something that's for you, for your health.
Yes.
Because I think that's what me and you have learned over these last few months, especially from Michaela and from Jamie, the sleep dietitian, is like, it's about what do you do for your health? Like that's actually what self-care is. Like, how do you take care of you? And that means getting up and making sure that you get a high protein meal in the morning, that you getting that water. Because you're going to have some falls and that's fine. But just try to be good to yourself and don't talk bad about yourself while you're doing it. Yeah. Like, I think that's part of the consistency is like, don't be mean to yourself and then just do a little bit.
Yeah. Just do what you can within that day. Yeah. Because the thing is you're never going to be a perfect bariatric patient because there's no such thing as a perfect bariatric patient. I know on social media, sometimes they can look like they're perfect bariatric patients. Right. But everybody has their struggles. Yes. We all had this surgery for a reason. And so we're not perfect because if we were absolutely perfect, let's face it, we wouldn't need the surgery.
Right. We wouldn't have needed it.
And so everybody has their hiccups, but you have to have a kind of, I think it's more about a give or take.
Yes.
Of, like we're saying, like you're getting all your water, but you didn't go to the gym. Yeah. Okay. And then like you said, some days, you might go to the gym, you'll hit your protein, you'll hit your water. Yep. You'll be in that little bubble of I'm a good bariatric patient today. Yep. But guess what? Even the next day, if you don't go to the gym, but you get your water and protein, you're still a good bariatric patient. Exactly. You're still giving your body what it needs. It's just not, it's not a black and white situation.
No.
Which is funny because I just spoke to my therapist about black and white situations and how I am very black and white about everything.
It's funny because I'm very gray.
It either is or it isn't. And so I am learning to dive into that gray area.
Yeah.
And that's where I think my mindset of, well, I didn't go to the gym, so it doesn't really matter if I get my protein. It doesn't matter if I get my water. Blah, 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 blah. I can eat whatever I want. I can have 500 cookies. It doesn't matter. It does matter.
It does
because
matter.
there is a gray area. Yes.
Yeah.
Like today, I went to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of sucking on getting my protein. I did have one egg bite, which, by the way, I do have your egg bites in my bag.
Cool.
So
they're not upstairs where their bite can eat them.
Actually right here.
Oh, perfect. So none of my animals will get to them because they have done that to me before.
Yeah, no.
Not because of you, because of me.
But I did have one egg bite and I've had half of my Profi. So
good.
I'm and my water is kind of lacking because so I did something good and then I'm struggling with the others.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be a perfection thing.
No. And then life is so messy.
It is so messy.
So fucking messy.
So messy.
And that's why all of us need to start living more in the gray because if you are in the black and whites, that's where you get really mean to yourself.
Yes.
And you start acting doing bad behaviors to yourself. And whether it doesn't have to be harmful, it's just more or less I'm not getting my protein today, or I'm not taking my vitamins today. I'm not drinking the water. I'm just going to drink soda all day or whatever. It's hey, be kind to yourself.
Which don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, just be kind to yourself because hey, you don't have to be 100%. Yeah. You don't. You just have to try.
Yeah.
The whole point of this surgery is to never give up on yourself.
Yeah. Because there is no end date.
There's no end date.
So once you have that surgery, we all like those dates, right? So every time I want you guys to all think about the diets you've been on prior to surgery. And it's always got an end date, right? It's always I'm going to do this diet for this wedding. For this vacation, for this birthday, whatever it is, it's got an end date. Yep. So as soon as you get to that wedding, you can eat 5 cakes and it's fine.
Right.
Because you completed your mission.
Yep.
Once you get that surgery date and you've completed that date and you are a bariatric patient at that point, there is no end date.
No, this is never ending.
This is for the rest of your life, you will be a bariatric patient.
Yes.
There is no wedding, vacation, birthday, whatever it may be. There is no end date.
Mm-mm.
So keep that in mind as you're going through this, because I think I had an end date in my mind.
Yeah.
When I went through surgery, because if you think about it, I was 9 months when we started this podcast.
Yes.
9 months post-op. My end date was once I get to my goal weight, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't have to focus on it anymore, right?
Yep.
Because I got to my goal weight.
Yep. But what happened when you got to your goal weight? It was kind of funny.
I got to my goal weight. I freaked out because I didn't know how to maintain.
Because you're what do I do now?
Because I didn't know it was such a big deal that you learn how to maintain what you fought for.
Yeah, because that's the biggest deal is maintaining. Because that's the part that is the rest of your life.
Yes. Maintaining where you are in life. And it's not just weight. It's your health. It's your habits. It's your consistency. It's your mindset. Everything is in that maintaining bubble.
Yep. It really is.
And I remember freaking out.
Yep.
And then I was okay, I'm still good. I'm still losing. I'm still losing. So we're good. So I got down to 140. Then I went back up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the whole mindset was not surrounded over, okay, how can I be a better bariatric patient? How can I be better than I was yesterday?
Right.
It was, I got to my goal weight.
Now what do I do?
Now I'm below my goal weight. I'm good. I never have to worry about this again.
No.
That is completely false. You have to worry about it every single day.
Well, and year 2 and 3 are one of the hardest years because that's where you learn how to maintain.
Well, and not only that is the trauma and the
mental part,
the mental aspect and the frustrations and the stress that were there before surgery.
They're still there.
Guess what? They're still there after.
Yeah,
they're still sitting there waiting for you. They're just gonna they're gonna attack and they're gonna get you.
Yeah, they don't go anywhere.
No, they're still there.
It's almost just because we identify as food addicts, right?
100% I'm a food addict.
It's just like an addict where it's hey, just because I got to this point doesn't mean that it's over.
Mhm.
Like you still have to work at it every single day,
Mhm.
like getting your chips and making sure you're doing your shit. Like it's the whole thing. Like since we identify as that now, like it has opened our eyes about like our habits because we didn't realize before surgery that we were.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is you learn so much about yourself on the post-op end. And then you have to realize like, oh, hey, the problems that I had over here, especially for addiction wise, you still have them.
Well, and not only that, but like I was in a bad marriage before surgery.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, but I was in that.
Yeah.
Guess what? It was still bad after I lost weight.
Yeah.
Because the hard thing for me to realize was my life was not perfect once I lost weight.
Yeah, no.
I think a lot of us, and tell me if I'm wrong, I honestly, we like to hear what you guys have to say.
Yes.
I thought I'm going to lose weight. My life is going to be perfect. I'm going to be thin. I'm going to be able to be fit. And everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows.
Yes.
That's what my thought process was.
A lot of people, like us bigger when we were bigger, always thought like, oh, the skinny people are happy. So we just assumed if we got skinny too, that we would be happy. But the deal is like skinny people aren't happy either. Like we're all people.
We're
it
people.
Doesn't
We
matter
all have stress.
what your weights are.
No.
Like happiness is not a destination. It's literally a mindset. And you have to be vulnerable to get to that mindset too. Because it's hard work to get to your happy place. Because like you have to put in so much work with therapy, and working out really, really helps. Eating the right things help. Vitamins help. Like it's a trifecta. Like sleep really, like I know me, I'm an asshole if I don't get enough sleep. Like I'm mean. So like, yeah, Kelly and Eric totally know. And I know that's about me. And it's like, but sleep is so important. And like you need it to heal. You need to lose weight. So it's like, it's a whole mood situation. So it's like, hey guys, it's not just you get the surgery, now you're fixed.
Yes. And I think a lot of people, I'm calling on myself here when I say a lot of people, is that mindset, because that's the second one is mindset.
Yes.
Consistency, mindset.
Yep.
So mindset, I thought I did the 6 months of therapy. I'm in a good mindset. Let's rock and roll. I got this. I don't have to go to any more therapy. I'm not saying I didn't do well. I'm saying I had the wrong mindset throughout my first year and a half.
Okay.
Because when my marriage fell apart, I fell apart.
Yes. Yes.
If I had and I'm not negating, I had every right to fall apart.
Divorces
I had every right.
Hard.
Yes, I had every right. But I also didn't handle it in a way that if I was in a good mindset, I think I would have handled it better.
Yeah.
As far as being a bariatric patient, because I let myself cope with the things that I knew would make me feel better. Yeah. i.e. food. So I coped with food for the whole year and a half, because it might be more, because I was still coping with food, and I still do cope with food. I am just making active efforts every day to try and not cope with food. And that's where mindset comes in. Well,
and our coping mechanism is food. Like,
yeah, 100%. That's why we're here.
It's been ingrained in us since we were little. And like what I use, because like with my trauma right now, like I could have every excuse in the book to be like, I'm eating fucking cake and ice cream and cookies every fucking day, all day long. And I know people would be like, it's fine. She's gone through a lot. It's fine. But what I've learned from Michaela is I can do that, but I need to work it into my day. So what I've done, because I am so further post-op, I've learned the behaviors of like get that protein and water in right away in the morning. And I just let myself have a sweet treat at night. Now, is it really awesome like Michaela, where like, you know, she's pre-makes it and it's all like protein awesomeness? No, I don't do that.
No.
It's going to be my normal cookie, but I've at least worked in the cookie. So that way I can feel a little normalcy and it calms me. Now, do I think that's the best solution? No. I just got off a phone call to schedule my self-therapy because obviously I need it. And I'm just trying to figure out ways to cope without getting help. And I've learned that everybody needs help. And
everybody needs help.
Yes.
So if you are scared to ask for help, you need to take a deep breath, step back from the situation and realize that every single person on this planet needs help at one point or another, and especially therapy help.
And like, I'm new to this, and we preach it all the time to everybody, get therapy. And it's like, now it's my turn. I should have just done it earlier, like in my bariatric stages. I think I would have totally benefited, like 1,000%, guys. I will vouch that I wish I would have done it way sooner. And I'm excited that I get to start, and it's telehealth, and it's very important to this process because now I can like maybe have some more coping skills in my toolbox to help me process what I'm going through and not just go straight to food. Cause that's and now I'm like, cause I know, cause we do the podcast. I know what the tropes are to help someone feel good without seeing a therapist. So, you know, like I told the patrons last night, I went on and just ordered my son shirts because I knew shopping would hit the dopamine hits and make me feel better. And it totally did. But it was like, okay, I'm not going to just go crazy and buy like a brand new laptop. It was like, he needs shirts. I need some help at midnight. I don't know what to do to calm down. I'm going to take some deep breaths and fucking shop. And I know that that's also not like the healthiest thing either.
Well, but that's why you're getting help.
But that's why I'm getting help. And that's the deal is like, when you recognize what you're doing, that's one, awareness, which is going to be really helpful.
With your mindset.
And then 2, like ask for help. Like no one is too good to have help because some of those like amazing people that like make a shit ton of money and help and do charity work, they have help too. Everybody has help. Like literally the whole, like it takes a village. It fucking takes a village to help, like for us to feel like good people and do good things.
Well, and you think about it, speaking of a village, so when you get surgery, you're not just you and the surgeon, right? So it's you, your support person, your surgeon, your nutritionist, your therapist. There are all sorts of people that are in your village to help you go through this journey. So and as you were talking about it, I finally realized why I didn't see a therapist earlier. Because I was thinking, why didn't I see a therapist right after I had surgery? I did go in and I saw some asshole and he was like, I can't help you with this. You need to go see somebody else. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a turnoff, man.
And so it kind of burned me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm realizing, oh, that's why I didn't go see one, which it's not a whole excuse because I should have just done it anyways.
No, you just go to the next.
But I got burned. Yeah. And so I was like, well, are they all going to be like that after I had surgery? No, they're not all like that because I fucking love my therapist right now. David is fucking bomb. And he has helped me more in 3 weeks than I have in the last year and a half.
That's amazing.
Like 100% has been such a big help to my mindset that other than one night this week, I have gone a full week without eating in the middle of the night.
Holy shit.
A full week.
Oh my God. High five.
Thank you.
Bam.
It has been a huge turning point because I'm now understanding that the feelings I'm feeling are very valid and they're okay. But by using something to hit that dopamine or to hit that, like, I'm going to cover up this feeling thing, the feelings are still there. It's the same thing of you had stressors before surgery. They're still going to be there after. Yeah. It doesn't go anywhere. It's still there. So unless you recognize it, talk through it, work through it without the coping.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to make progress.
And what's that old saying? Like you're like for alcoholics, like you would drown yourself in sorrows. Like when you wake up from your drunken mess or me eating a shit ton or buying whatever, the problem was still there in the morning.
100%.
It never went away because it was never addressed. It was just pushed and pushed.
All the money that I have spent in the last couple of years or 15 of my years. Guess what? It didn't solve the fact that my marriage sucked.
Right.
It didn't solve anything. It made me feel better.
Yeah.
And as long as I had my stuff, I was good.
Right.
But that doesn't work. It
Not for long
doesn't
term.
work. No. I mean, it worked for 15 years, what I thought. But it didn't work in the long term because guess what? My marriage is still over.
Your marriage, is over. And now you're seeing a therapist about how, because now you can see what could have been changed probably in the marriage to help the marriage.
I don't think my marriage would have ever been fixed by anything we could have done.
Oh, really?
Because I was married, not positive, but I'm pretty sure he's a narcissist. He definitely gaslighted me. He made me feel like I wasn't worth being myself.
Yes.
And I don't think any amount of surgery or any amount of therapy would have helped that fact.
Well,
we were not meant to be together.
Yeah, like he would have had to put in a lot of work.
And I don't think he wanted to.
Well,
at
and
all.
you said he went to some of your therapy appointments with you, but he just sat there in silence.
He went to one.
Oh, so he went to one and was silent.
He went to one and was completely silent, did not say anything. And I remember
That's weird.
We talked about it on the way home.
Okay.
But nothing ever changed. Nothing ever was like worked on.
Weird.
And so that's something that I have wanted to change about me being with Zach, is that I actually want to make changes. If it's me, then I need to make a change.
Yeah.
If I need to be more complimentary of him, complimentary. Well, however you say that, that's something I can work on.
Right.
But it's the same thing. We were on the patron call last night, and I was saying how when I was married, I would go 2-3 days without showering, and I was totally fine with that.
Yeah, because y'all's weren't having sexy time.
No.
So it's almost like no point.
Well, and I was just like, what do I care what I look like for him?
Yeah.
Like, we've been together for so long. Who gives a shit?
Right.
And now, I know me and Zach have only been together. It'll be a year on Monday. But it's like, I take an active effort to make sure that I look good for my person.
Yeah, you want to look good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different thing.
It is.
So it's the mindset that you're in. Before, in my marriage, I was in a not good mindset. So after, the surgery itself didn't fix that.
Mm-mm.
It's the work that I've had to now put in with myself.
Yeah.
And actually be very open and vulnerable with myself, which I also don't like.
No, you do not.
I do not like feelings. No. I don't like crying. I don't like being vulnerable. I just want to be happy. Like, I don't know. But you have to put in that work, because it's the same thing. Your mindset isn't going to change just because you had something physical happen to your stomach.
No, it doesn't work like that. And I noticed, like, with me and Eric's relationship, like, because we've grown a lot together.
You have. And
the biggest deal was being honest about what I was working on. So like, I knew me following him around while we were arguing was a problem. And he told me, he goes, I can't process. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to physically work on that for you, because that's not okay for me or you. It just escalates things. Yep. And then once, like, it was weird, like, once I said it out loud and he acknowledged it, I just did it. Yeah. Like, it wasn't even like don't follow him anymore. It was literally just like my body and my mind was like, oh yeah, we're both on the same page. We're just not going to do that. Yeah. And it was crazy. And if you guys just like talk to your partners about what you want to do about the relationship, and then they acknowledge it and are okay with it, then it actually runs really smooth.
Well, and let's go further than that. Yeah. Like your relationship with yourself too. Yeah. Because the same words that you're saying. So when I'm thinking, I don't want to eat anymore in the middle of the night. Yes. That's not conducive to what the relationship that I want with myself to be. Right. Because it's not okay. It's not like, if I'm hungry, yes, eat. But half the time I'm not hungry. I'm just awake. And so I reach for anything that is around me. Right. Because I'm, for whatever reason, I'm feeling some type of feeling when I'm doing it. Yeah. So if I make an agreement with myself, of I'm going to try to work on not eating in the middle of the night, that's something I'm actively working on. Yes. I'm not saying I'm never going to, because that's not, when you're working on something, you are going to make mistakes. You are going to screw up. Right. And you can't put the nevers in there or the always, because like that's where like you get really mean to yourself if you do backtrack or if you do have a relapse. Well, and that's why I always say I'm going to try to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. Right. Because there will be times that it's like I can, like this week, I've gone 3 times. There you go. That's but I leave for camping tonight. So, 4 times. I've gone 4 times. Well, there you go. You got the 4. Right? No, I didn't go Tuesday. 3. I went 3. But I'm camping. But I can also say, okay, well, I'm going to go on a walk when I'm camping. Yeah, you can go hiking. You can go running. You can do whatever you want. I can go swimming because the lake's right there. Like there's so many things, but I'm not putting an expectation of I'm going to be in the gym at this time every single day for the rest of my life. Right. Because that's exhausting. It is exhausting. And then you get burnout from it. You do. So, and burnout's a real thing. It is a real thing. Burnout happens to to all of us, whether that's just for workouts, for
tracking, because some people it can be really hard for tracking.
Yeah, I'm not a tracker.
And it can even just be in life, like when you burn out for work, like you have to take breaks.
Yeah.
And it's okay to like be like, you know what, I'm not going to go for a couple days and then start again. It's the start again part. Just don't not start. That's the deal. Like people hear us all the time go, it's the next meal, it's the next drink, it's the next day. It should never be next week.
Yes.
It needs to be like in the moment as soon as possible.
Yeah. And I think it's just making that trying comment or agreement with yourself.
Well, and say it out loud. Like if you say it out loud, even if it's just out loud to yourself, it gives it more power and it helps you move along too. Because there's like accountability situation. Because when you say it in your head, you're like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to start Monday. No, I'm not going to start Monday.
Because we've all done that 1,000 times. No.
But if you tell your partner, like, hey, I'm going to be in the gym tomorrow.
Yeah.
It gives it more power.
It does.
Or if you have an agreement with somebody and say, hey, I'm going to be at the gym tomorrow at this time.
Yes.
Okay, I'll meet you there.
Those actually help me.
They're appointments that you've made with somebody else.
Yep.
And you can't just not show up.
Right.
To those.
No.
So show up for yourself and start making little agreements with yourself.
Yeah.
And like you said, say it out loud, even if it's to yourself.
Yep.
I find it helpful to like talk through with Zach. Like I'll be like, hey, when I leave a cookie on the counter in the kitchen, can you not bring it into the bedroom?
Yes.
Because there's a reason why I left it on the counter.
Yeah, like there's a reason it's in there and far reach.
Well, and he didn't realize that I had gone so far. I didn't tell anybody that I had gone like 4 days without eating in the middle of the night because I was like, this isn't going to last, right? Like I was just being very negative at that point.
Yeah.
And so when he brought the cookie in, which I didn't eat it that night, but I did eat it the next night. And that's where that one day that I didn't eat in the middle of the night. So I did have conversation with him of like, hey, when I leave that in the kitchen, it's meant to be left in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because I'm making an agreement with myself. I'm not going to get up and leave the bedroom in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I made that conscious decision.
Yeah,
of like,
I'm going to try not to leave the bedroom in the middle of the night because there's nothing in the kitchen that I need to do at 2:00 in the morning.
Correct.
And I found that if I do want to eat in the middle of the night, I have a calcium chocolate.
That's so much easier.
So I just reach for that, eat one, and then I'm like, cool, go back to sleep.
Well, and what's funny is I've done like, because I was like, oh, I'm going to put a bunch so I can get them all at once. Don't do that. It kind of hurts your tummy. But if you have 2, you feel full. Like you feel like legit full. So I'm like, oh, I can just have the 2. And I know what you're talking about with Eric and Dylan. As Eric can't go to the store right now, but the deal is like, don't bring me back a Hershey bar with almonds because I've had to have that conversation. And then even like they'll bring it back, and I'm like, okay, just put it.
They're trying to be nice, and that's the problem. Is like people show affection, by like bringing you little treats, and it's like I don't need that treat, but thanks.
And I always just tell them like, put it in the bottom drawer. And
so then you forget about it.
I normally forget about it for a while. And then when I see it, I'm like, ooh, like that's a special. And then I'll be like, hey, how do I calculate that in? Because I forgot about it. So that's the deal is like just telling people around you, like the tropes that you are dealing with. And it's super helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also discovered like making agreements with myself before I go out to eat.
Okay.
So like I know the other day we went to Circle K and we got our lunches.
Yes, we did.
I made an agreement with myself before even walking in that I was like, okay, I'm not going to get anything with a bun.
Yes. Big deal.
If I do, that bun goes in the trash. Immediately. Because if it's on it, I'll eat it. If I take it immediately off and throw it in the trash, and I'm not saying carbs are bad.
No.
Carbs have their time and their place.
Yes.
But for when I'm going to be eating, I like to make it more bariatric friendly when I'm going to be eating out.
Yeah.
Because you're already consuming a lot of calories.
Correct.
Versus if you're cooking at home. So I like to be able to go into Circle K, grab my chicken sandwich or a hot dog. And I like to just negate the bun and just eat that. It's pure protein. I don't have to worry about it.
Easy. Like, because like that chicken Caesar salad wrap, I love that wrap.
Yeah.
Like that's the one I go to every single time. And yeah, they have actual items that are meat and cheese sticks and there's like seeds. Like I love sunflower seeds.
Yes.
And they have that there. So it's like you can actually find little things that can be super helpful for those road trips or just your everyday like snacking. So it's kind of nice to like know that you have a place to go.
Yes.
And that we found a place to go that's near us.
Exactly.
As well.
Well, and even when we went to Dallas, I packed my backpack full of the snacks that we have.
Yep.
So I had Built Bars. I had the meat sticks from Circle K. I had peanut butter. I had apples cut up. I had cheese, salami. Like I had everything set. Like Mel was like, what is going on?
I was like,
sweet. I am not getting things that are not conducive to where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
And these help me. Like
they do. And we were there for a full week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. It's like, don't like, just because you're on vacation, like we've said this before, your body doesn't know that you're on vacation.
Yeah.
So still treat it like you would be at home. It doesn't matter. Now, does that mean you shouldn't have like an extra drink or maybe some dessert? Have the things. That's fine. But what Kelly did was made sure that we at least had a baseline.
Yes.
And you need a baseline at home and when you travel, because that's super important to maintaining and being consistent. That's part of the other part of being consistent.
Yes.
And being mindful, which is also the other.
Yeah, because you're being mindful of like, I need to have these snacks because I know that if I don't eat all day and I go home, I'm going to eat everything in sight.
Yep.
Because I'm starving.
And don't care what it is.
Exactly. But if I'm having protein, even if it's like little protein snacks throughout the day.
Yep.
I am not going to be starving when I get home.
Nope.
Especially on workout days. Like
those are harder too.
Yeah. On Wednesdays when I work out with E, it's like we usually have 1,000,001 things going on during the day.
Yeah.
So then by the time I realize I'm hungry, I'm fucking starving and I want to eat everything. And so you don't necessarily eat the things that are good for you because you just don't care what you eat.
No, you're like, I just need food.
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody else is like that, but I'm definitely like that. Like, food addict for sure over here when it comes to that.
I would say I don't go straight to like instantly sweets and carbs. It's like at first I'm just like, I need a meal. What's the fastest meal? Sometimes it is just like protein, like literally a steak or like some beans. Like I just need something. But I notice I'll have that. And then an hour later or two, I'm like, oh, I'm still hungry. And then I will start actually adding in the sweet treats and stuff. Because at first I'm like, oh, I haven't ate much today. I feel really ravished. I'm going to eat. And then like, oh yeah, since I haven't really ate all day, now I'm hungry at like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night.
And then you justify the extra eating. You're like, I haven't eaten all day. So it's totally fine that I have 5 cookies, right?
Yeah,
it's totally legitimate.
Totally normal.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Not
You justify. And that's something else that the surgery does not fix is justification of your actions.
No, not at all.
And we've talked about the justifying on social media, but you justify it to yourself.
Yeah.
And I know I have. I know you do.
I do all the time.
Yeah. It's a justification of the actions that you're making not being good, but you just don't give a shit.
Yep.
And you're like, well, I went to the gym for an hour yesterday, so I don't have to go today.
Right.
Like that's legitimate, right? Or I think I have a little bit of a headache. I might be better if I just stay home.
Right. And what's funny is I learned from you is like, don't let yourself even think about it.
Yeah, because I will do it. I will do it. If I have more than an hour, nope.
Yep.
And I even tried to do it today too.
Did you?
Actually, speaking of it, I was laying in bed and I'm doing all my morning stuff. And I'm like, no, you have your lashes at 8 o'clock. Like, you have a lot going on today. Maybe it's better if you just skip the gym, get da-da-da-da-da done, then you can go straight to your lashes. And then I was like, what the fuck? I have plenty of time.
Yeah, you have
plenty of time. So I looked at the clock and it was 6:14. My plan was to leave at 6:30.
Oh, well, you had time then.
And I was like, you have 10 minutes to get your ass out of bed and in the car.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I got up, I peed, I got dressed, I fixed my hair, I filled my water, got my, I call it my go-go juice, but it's the jumpstart juice from Devotion.
Oh my God.
I like to do in my head, I call it the go-go juice.
I love it.
I get that. And I had everything ready. I walked straight out the door, went straight to the gym, drank my go-go juice on the way. And I was like, there's no reason why I can't go.
No, there's not.
Like, yes, would it be more convenient if I had like an extra hour and I could shower and like do all of those things before I went to my lashes? Of course.
Yeah.
Is it conducive to the life that I'm living, that I want to live? No.
No.
So
no, and you probably feel better knowing that you did complete that task.
Exactly.
And that you actually overcame some of the obstacles that you were putting in place for yourself. Yeah.
But my mind will always try to justify. And I think everybody's minds will try to justify the bad behavior.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation. I can have 5 drinks. It's
Mhm,
fine.
it's fine.
It's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine.
Kelly says it's not fine.
Kelly says it's not fine.
It has changed.
It has changed. It is not fine. Like, you need to be able to live your life, yes, but you also need to combine that consistency and mindset that you want to have.
Yeah.
You have to work on that every single day. And unfortunately, it is going to be an everyday thing.
It's going to, like literally when you wake up, you have to be like, okay, what am I going to do for myself today?
Mm-hmm.
And it's always going to be water, protein, vitamins, like start, and then movement.
I end my day with my vitamins. So it's always water, protein, exercise.
There you go.
Those are my 3 when I wake up. And that was another thing I was thinking about when we were talking earlier in this episode was, what if you woke up and said, okay, what are the 3 things I want to accomplish today?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be hard.
No.
It can be, okay, today I want to accomplish like getting up and getting some movement.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work on my protein and my water. Boom. There's your 3 things.
There you go.
Or it could be like, because Mel's going through a lot.
Yep.
And I actually told this to you the other day. What if you pick one thing that you want to accomplish?
Yep.
And even if it's like, hey, I want to do the dishes today. Cool.
Get them done.
And then you don't have to worry about anything.
No, you got the one thing that you wanted. And that's actually like what I was going through this morning. As I was waiting for you to get here, I was like, okay, what can I get done while Kelly's not here yet? Like, I was like, I feel like I have energy. Let's just use the energy that I'm feeling right now, because I might not have this in like a few hours.
Yes.
Because that's what I'm learning is like, it is not a day by day thing. It's an hour by hour situation sometimes. And that's what the situation I'm in now. And so I'm trying to figure out, okay, if I feel good, let's do something. And I noticed like I called Bark Boys, felt good. Called my therapy, felt good. Messaged my leave lady. Now I'm feeling even better. We're getting the recording done. So it's like, I've already accomplished more than I have this morning than I probably have in the last 2 days. Like, and it's just because I felt the energy. So I'm just like taking advantage and I'm being conscious of it and not being mean to myself if I don't do something.
Yeah.
Because I'm very like, I feel like a failure if I don't get my list done. I feel very like anxious if I don't do those things. Like I start panicking and then crying and then I'm like, and then my whole day is shot. And so I have to like, okay, just do 1 or 2 things.
Bring it back. Let's rewind a little bit. Think about the things that have to be done. Accomplish those. And if you have energy, you have energy. And that's how I've lived my life for the last 7 years. Is if I have the energy, I do it. If I don't, I don't. Because there's some times where you just don't have the energy. And
I'm learning that.
That could be mental, that could be physical. But you have to put your mental and physical health above anything else.
You really, really do. Because I'm learning over these last few months is like, we preach it all the time, like, hey, like you have to take care of yourself before you can take other people. And that is so fucking true. Like me getting water and protein in the morning helps my mood and energy throughout the day. So I can help do the things that I need to do for Eric or for Dylan or whatever the case is. And it's like, if I don't do those things for myself, then I feel shitty for the rest of the day. And then I'm hard on myself and then I'm snapping at people. So it's like, how can I help myself help others? And that's basically what we have to do is stay consistent and just at least get some things done that's helpful to your body. Because when whatever you do for your body helps your mindset. They go hand in hand.
They do. They really do. And putting yourself first, like you put yourself first to have the surgery. But you have to continue to put yourself first throughout the rest of your journey. You can't just put yourself first by having the actual surgery and expect it to just all fall into place.
Right. That it just works itself out. That's not how this process works at all.
So you've got consistency, you've got your mindset, and then you've got putting yourself first because those are the things that are not going to be fixed.
No.
Just by having a surgery. And it isn't just a surgery. Like you guys know, this is a life-changing procedure.
Yes.
But it is just a surgery. Like at the end of the day, it's all what you choose to do with it that really makes a difference. It's not because the surgery can only do so much.
It really can. Like, and that's why people have like that time limit thing in their heads is like, oh, the first year you lose the most. But like, hey guys, it took me a year and a half to lose the most. Like I was a slow loser, but it didn't like bring me down because it's like I was still losing. And also the thing with, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It wasn't you.
Okay.
I was like trying to think of where I was going with that, and then I fucked up.
It's okay. So then
memory loss.
Yeah. The last thing that I really wanted to touch on, because especially for our pre-oppers,
yeah,
is your mind hunger.
Yeah.
That hunger that you're not really hungry, but you want something.
Mm-hmm.
And this can really affect you in your pre-op diet.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to stay in a consistent zone during your pre-op diet because you are going through all of these emotions that you're having the surgery. You don't know what to expect.
Yep.
And your mind is like, you're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry. You're not.
Mm-mm.
You're getting what you need.
Yep.
Because they wouldn't put you on the diet if you couldn't function on it.
Right.
It's just you want to choose something. You want to be like everybody else. I get it. But you're setting yourself up, number one, for the mindset after,
Mm-hmm.
the consistency after, when you stick to that pre-op diet.
Yeah.
And that mind hunger, yes, it goes away for a little bit after because you don't want anything. You know, like right after you're like, no, I don't want a smoothie. I don't want a shake. I don't want anything right now. But it will return. Like
it does return.
That's what I'm battling right now, is that I know I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
But I want something, and I want something crunchy and sweet and all of the things.
Yep.
But I'm not hungry. I got my protein. So
Mm-hmm.
why am I still wanting to have that? Because you're dealing with something else.
Well, that's the main question. Like, just question yourself. Ask
why
the questions.
am I hungry?
Why am I wanting food right now?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like,
not why am I hungry? You know what I mean.
Yeah. Because it's like what you're saying. You're like in the moment and you're like, I already had protein. Why am I wanting more food? This doesn't make sense. And then you have to realize like, oh, did I just get upset about something? Like, am I bored? Am I tired? Like,
am I sad? Am I feeling lonely? There's so many feelings that can go on in your system.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked to the patrons last night, and I don't remember who it was that mentioned it, but there's a feelings list.
Yeah.
And so I guess you can just Google it, which we might have to just do that as a post, but all of the different feelings that you can feel in like 1 second.
Yeah.
And you might not know what that feeling is.
Mm-hmm.
So that mind hunger is not just about the food.
Right.
It's about everything else in your system that goes along with that food.
It does.
So it does not fix that. It doesn't fix it. You have to deal with it early.
I remembered.
Yeah.
I remembered.
Okay.
So it's because like we all got into this situation because we weren't taking care of ourselves. We were taking care of everybody else around us.
Yes.
So
yes, ma'am.
That still has to happen outside of once you get to post-op. Like because a lot of us were our caregivers or the head of the household or making sure everyone's taken care of and we're last. We can't be last anymore. Like we have to be number one, and it's not selfish. That was the key I was going to get to is it's not a selfish act by taking care of you.
Nope.
That is not at all. Selfish is a real thing, but that's not when it comes to your fucking health and your mental state. Like you have to take care of those things. Priority 1, that's what that is. And then you can move on to 2 and 3. Yep. But it's not, selfish needs to like kind of go away when it comes to like our health and our mindsets, because it's not like I've learned that the hard way through this whole process. Like I have to take care of me, and it feels really weird sometimes. I'm like, oh, but I feel like I'm like taking too much time for myself. And then you'll remind me, no, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're barely even taking some time, ma'am. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Okay. I need to stop thinking that like I'm being a horrible person because I'm down here for an hour. That's not being a horrible person. That's just taking care of me.
No. And the world will still go on. So I know that everybody's like, I'm busy. I can't make it to the gym. I can't eat right. I can't pack. Like, and some people are really that busy.
Yeah.
But the fact is that the world will still be busy. Even if you take an hour to go to the gym.
It'll still be there, yeah.
Even if you take 15 minutes to prep a meal for yourself before leaving the house, the world will still be busy. So you have to take care of yourself after.
Yeah, I would even get anxiety about like, okay, I'm downstairs, like I had to grab like paper towels or whatever, but I'm like, oh, the laundry's done.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'd be like, oh, like they're going to be annoyed if I just take too long down here so that I wouldn't change even over the laundry. And now I'm like, what am I doing? Just change the fucking laundry over. No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares that I'm just like swapping laundry
Everything
over.
will still be the same upstairs.
Exactly. Just any couple, like, and I've noticed that's how I got really efficient over the years is like taking those little chunks of time being like, wait, they're not going to care.
Yeah.
If I go to the bathroom right now instead of like holding it till later, like tell the people in the car, you got to go pee. Like I used to hold it because I used to feel like I was inconveniencing people to have to stop until my husband was like, what are you doing? Like you're hurting yourself. And I was like, well, I don't want you to be mad. He's like, I'm not gonna be fucking mad. You have to pee. Like that's
a normal thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like there's some built up anxieties that we all have that we don't even realize that we're doing that can actually make things easier for our life on the back end if we just did it in the front.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. I have definitely learned that, especially this year, of if I do it now, future Kelly is going to be really happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just do it. And, you know, and sometimes you do need to stop and think about what you're doing. Like before you eat that cookie, look at that food.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my biggest things that I've been doing now is like I'll make the meal and then I look at it.
Okay.
Like, okay, is everything in this conducive to what I want?
Oh, I like it.
For right now.
Yeah.
Because so much of the time we just make the food and eat it as quick as possible not very fast as we're bariatric patients, but sometimes we can eat it pretty damn quick.
Yep.
And we don't look at it and be like, okay, all right, so I'm going to have this first. Okay. Then I'll have a couple of bites of this. Okay. Yep. You don't analyze your food.
No.
You just eat it.
Or even appreciate it.
Yeah.
We should have appreciation for our food because like that is what literally gives us life all day long is that food and water. So it's like I like that you're doing that. Like that's probably a new concept that we should all start trying to do is just look at it.
Yeah.
And be like, what is it doing for me? Do I appreciate what it's going to do for me? What order am I going to eat this in?
And I think it goes along with Jamie's I think Michaela said it too. You have to put it on a plate.
Yes.
So that goes along with it is if you're in the pantry and you're just eating cookies or crackers or chips or whatever out of the pantry, you're not even thinking about what you're doing.
No, get your portion plate out.
Get your portion plate out.
We fucking love those.
Put your portion out and be like, okay, I'm going to have some chips, but I'm going to have this amount of chips.
Correct.
And half the time you don't even eat that much.
No.
So really like just look and appreciate what you have and is it conducive to what you want out of life? Because
I like that.
That's what it is. So
I think we should end on that one. That's a great ender,
fantastic.
Girl.
Thank you.
Yeah. So a couple of things before we let you guys go. Go over to artslylifepodcast.com. Buy your tickets to the award show.
Yes.
And be ready for voting August 1st. Yes, and I want to let you guys know that even Kelly may have forgotten about this, but this is the newest episode of the newest season. Every July.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, so this is season 6, guys.
What?
We are on season 6.
Whoa, season 5 went by real quick.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow. So season 6. That's fucking nuts.
I know. Can you believe we've been doing it for 6 seasons?
Nope. But congratulations to us.
Yeah, that's right. And go to YouTube and watch all the seasons. There are 2 all the way through up now, going to be 6. So go over there, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you can get all the videos.
Yes.
Because you know, eventually we'll be back doing our lives. We should probably tell them for the summer.
For the summer, we're going to take it off purely because of Eric and everything that's been going on with Mel. Like she just can't take the time away from him right now.
Yeah.
To be live. But we are hoping.
We're hoping like September-ish we can come back.
And we're also hoping that the OSLP corporate office, which will be my she shed in the back of Zach's house, will be finished by then. Yeah. So then we can start the whole new lives in the new OSLP corporate office.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And I think it'd be a lot of fun.
To like just grand opening of
the OSLP corporate.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
We'll do our
that's
lives
what
from
our
there.
hope is. If it is not that way, we will figure it out.
Yes,
but
we will let you know.
Yes. So enjoy your summer off of lives. And then we will be back and ready to go in the fall.
Yes. I love it. All right, guys.
All right. We love you guys. And we will see
you next time. Bye.